Lawrence. Welcome to those joining us from afar on video. I do realize that if you're looking at the clock back there, it is about 3 or 4 minutes slow. So that's why we're starting now, because according to the iPhone, it's 11 o'clock, and that's when we start. So awesome to see you all here. Again, welcome to the Love and Light that is Unity of Lawrence. As you know, we begin everything here at Unity in prayer. Let's take a centering breath and open to the divine in all of us and listen to this prayer. With full hearts and open minds, we gather today to accept the endless possibilities of peace on earth and peace in our hearts. We acknowledge the existence of pain and injustice in the world, but we also acknowledge limitless love and our limitless being. We welcome our divine inheritance as co-creators. We know that we are already standing in the light of love, of healing, and of transformation, and so it is. Amen. And as you know, our prayer chaplains are trained to hold sacred space and pray with you one-on-one. If there's anything in your heart to be held in prayer, please see Gail after today's service at the front of the sanctuary. Our chaplains will also pray with you during the week. Just place a purple prayer request slip in the wooden box outside the office. Remember, all prayers are confidential. And now, before we move on to our congressional song, please welcome
our congressional song.
You know, the Congress sings it every day.
The congressional song. Okay. Great. All right. Well, Kathy Moreland, would you please come forward? I want to see a standing O right now. I asked her how long she's worked here. I'm like, is it 8? Is it 7? 7 years, for the last 7 years. Kathy has been our office coordinator. She's been one of the strongest heartbeats of the spiritual community. And tomorrow is her final day officially in that role. So after services today, we're going to have a little appreciation reception downstairs. So please join us. Yeah, there's cake. Come for the cake. I mean, come for Kathy.
No, come for the cake.
But we got a big cake down there, so please come for the cake. But anyway, right now, in case some of you aren't able to be there, we wanted to do a blessing for you right now, and then we'll do a little more celebrating later. Yeah, so please join me.
In a moment, Congress will be coming in to sing the song. Just give us a minute. Now let's join Joy in singing God is My Source. Please rise if you're able.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Breath is my source, breath is my power, breath gives me everything I need. Now I give thanks for all my blessings,
and say hello. Peace.
Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything. So I give thanks for all my blessings, peace gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need.
So
I give thanks
for all my healings, God gives me everything I need.
One more time. God is my source.
God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Thank you, Joy. Thank you all. And as usual, now it's time for our unity intentions. Please affirm with me unity's founding principle together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And now our Unity of Lawrence vision statement together. United in divine love and joy, we celebrate peaceful and abundant world for all. And now our Unity of Lawrence mission statement together. We are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. And now please welcome Joy Zimmerman with our special music.
Thank you. What a delight to be here with you today on such a celebratory and Sunday, and a Sunday of gratitude for Kathy. I want to share a song about the power of our individual actions and the ripple effects of those. I needed to remind myself of that in difficult times. And so share the song called Be the Reason. Be the reason somebody's hopeful, a reason they feel seen, an anchor they can count on when lost or in between. Be the reason kids are fed, a reason they feel loved, make certain they are safe. Help them rise above in a storm of struggle. In the darkest night, who will clear a path to make it right. Be the reason the earth is vibrant, full of bees and trees of green, forests filled with wildlife, waters flowing clean. Be the reason we can dance, whoever we love. A reason more find peace in all corners of this world. Too many lonely, too many left behind, silenced and hurt too many times. Be the reason somebody's hopeful, a reason they feel seen, an anchor they can count on when lost or in between. Be the reason kids are fed, a reason they feel loved. Make certain they are safe, help them rise above. We need to roll up our sleeves, there's more work to do. We've been knocked down, but we'll start anew. Be the reason the earth is vibrant, full of bees and trees of green, forests filled with wildlife, waters flowing clean. Be the reason we can dance, whoever we love. A reason more find peace in all corners of this world. We'll find ways to rise above. Be the reason.
Thank you, Joy. Beki Howlett is a professional speaker, author, and certified contemplative practices teacher. As a legal wellness advocate, Beki has taught mindfulness meditation to more than 15,000 legal professionals. Feeling called to something greater, Beki is walking the path to become a unity minister. Welcome, Beki.
Thank you so much. I appreciated what Joy said, that you're singing that because you need the reminder. I'll let you in on a little secret. All of these talks are just me talking to myself, so you just get to enjoy that as well. But with that said, I wanted to start out with a little interaction today. So last night I was sitting there with ChatGPT, like, okay, help me come up with something, and we massaged together a little game for you all, which I like to call Flow or Freak Out. So I'm going to say a word or scenario, and based on your natural inclination, you're going to do some gestures. So when I say the word or scenario, and if your natural inclination is to go with the flow, to surrender, I want you to embody seaweed. Okay, just gonna serenely sway, okay? And if I say the word or scenario and your natural inclination is, I'm gonna fight that, I'm gonna resist that, I want you to be like Home Alone, okay? Or The Scream, whatever cultural reference works for you better, okay? And tense up, feel that. Okay, so you got it? You got the rules there? Okay, so we're gonna start with a heavy hitter. Airport security line. Okay, we're going deeper. Airport security line and your flight boards in 10 minutes. Your plans get canceled at the last minute. Okay, some more swaying. You're out of coffee. Perfect. Thank you, John, for fully embodying the screen. And for the second half of it, if it's comfortable for you, I'd invite you now, close down your eyes. Let's go inward here. And I want you to, as we practice these, I want you to really focus on how it feels to either surrender or resist. Your best friend moves across the country. A loved one gets cancer. Practicing meditation. Engaging in prayer. God. Love. And wherever you're at in your practice, go ahead and take a deep inhale in through the nose. Make your biggest breath of the day so far. And sigh it out, release, let go. You can go ahead and open your eyes. Thanks for playing along with that. And before we move on, go ahead and call out one word of how it felt to either flow or surrender. Sailing, is that sailing? Peaceful. Anyone else? Calm. Ease. Scary. Resigned. Expanded. Stillness. Okay, how about for the resistance, the fighting? What did that feel like? Clench. Say again. Mad. Stressed. Noise. Noise. Fear. Thank you so much for participating in that and sharing. And know that whatever came up for you, it absolutely came up for someone else who didn't share. So thank you so much for being open and honest and authentic and trying that out. And I hope that that little game, that little exercise showed you that resistance is a natural part of being human. But so too is our choice to choose peace. So we're going to talk about that choice today. Now, confession time. For the past several years, I've been feeling very discontented. Okay, this is despite I'm a successful entrepreneur, I followed my dreams, I did what I want to do. But I've just been feeling this internal call to more. And so it's not letting me be content with what is. I'm feeling a call to expansion, to continue to raise consciousness far beyond the legal field. So I've been trying to figure out intellectually, well, what are my next steps? And about a year ago, the opportunity to speak at Unity arose. And when I was asked, I said, I'm gonna say yes, even though I'm hesitant, but I feel like this is answering the call. And so I came and I spoke, and it just felt, wow, this feels really right. This feels really in alignment. And I had people come up to me and they said, hey, have you ever considered ministry? And I was like, yeah, I can see that. So I allowed myself to lean into that and started deepening my studies in Unity and taking some spiritual education and enrichment classes. And the more I continued my studies in Unity, the stronger that internal call, that draw to ministry became. And yet, at the same time, the more that internal resistance also showed up. And so, despite having this conscious inner desire to fully embrace spirituality in my professional life, I had all of the rationalizations why I could not do that. Okay, I'm being called to be a minister in practical Christianity? What? I don't even own a Bible. I was raised Catholic, we didn't read it. You got the wrong number, God? Like, what's going on here? And so this experience has really brought to the forefront of my mind how powerful that resistance can be when we're contemplating making any change in our life, but especially when we are face to face with that decision point to live out our higher purpose here on earth. So what is this force that tries to keep us from fulfilling our heart's desire? And how can we successfully overcome it? So an easy way, at least for me, to spot my own internal resistance is to look for those excuses, those intellectual rationalizations that I tell myself about why I can or can't do something. As author Stephen Pressfield teaches, resistance is a mini refusal of the call with a capital C. We suppress that little inkling in our heart, that little voice inside that's whispering to us our dreams. And instead, we continue to fight to swim upstream. And then we wonder why we're so exhausted. And while resistance is an internal phenomenon, unfortunately, we can externalize it and even weaponize it against other people. So anyone here ever criticize or speak ill of someone else? It's just me, I knew it. I knew it. Welcome to, if you're like me and you have done that, welcome to being 100% human. Indeed, we are spiritual beings learning to have a human experience, key emphasis on the learning part. And inevitably, in this human experience, we are going to think things and take actions that are out of alignment with our Christ consciousness. And as Jay shared last week, we're going to mess up, okay? We're going to quote unquote sin. And I put that in air quotes because as Jay very poignantly put, it's really just missing the mark, right? It's making an honest mistake. Same thing with quote-unquote evil, right? I was really struggling with that when I first came into Unity and did the new members class. I'm like, but what about evil, guys? I've seen it in the world. And as I've continued these studies, I've understood now that evil, what we perceive as evil, is merely the concealment of good. And yet we as humans, we falsely, we insist on perpetuating some of these falsehoods, right? Perpetuating division, strife, war, all of which are outward manifestations of our internal resistance to the truth of our being, that we are all one. We are all divine. We are all inherently good. Our modern culture falsely teaches us we're in a zero-sum game, right? There's got to be winners and losers. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You got to fight and scrap to get out of here alive, right? Those are all the messages we're taught. And yet, the truth of our physical evolution in humans is not competition. It's cooperation. Sorry, not sorry, Mr. Darwin. Okay? When we as humans ultimately realized that we were greater than the sum of our parts, and we came together, we cooperated and collaborated to hunt for big game, that's when we had a huge jump in our physical evolution as humans, right? Same principle applies to our spiritual evolution. Indeed, our unity principles and every major religion on earth seek to teach us this spiritual truth, that we are not separate. There is no other. There is no enemy out there. There is only one of us here, and we are all on the side of love. Now, I know at that statement, probably some human egos jumped up at that. They're like, well, she's deluded. Everybody on the side of love, I know somebody in the audience probably wants to fight me right now. See my point about resistance? But unity principle, number 2 out of our 5 principles. So for anyone it's your first foray into unity, we've distilled our beliefs into our 5 principles, which we study in our new members class for anyone who's interested. Unity principle number 2, human beings have a spark of divinity within them, the Christ spirit within. Their very essence is God, and therefore they are also inherently good. So don't shoot the messenger, okay? In the Revealing Word, Unity founder Charles Fillmore doesn't mince words here about resistance, okay? He defines this as the greatest disintegrating element in human consciousness. Okay, I'm paying attention. Beware of every form of fighting, of all thoughts of a destructive character. Thoughts build or destroy, and they will work in your mind and body in an adverse way and tear down the good you desire to build if you do not form them with care. A mental state of resistance indicates an unyielding personal will. Evil has no power except that which humans give it by our thoughts. Resisting evil is a way of affirming its power. Let me say that again. Resisting evil is a way of affirming its power. A positive, fearless attitude in facing the appearance of evil overcomes it. And this attitude comes from the understanding that evil has no power. Because have you ever noticed that what you resist persists? Right? When we struggle and attempt to use force, this only strengthens and expands and magnifies whatever it is that we're rallying against. Because ultimately, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So when we try to muscle our way through life, when we're swimming against that proverbial current, we reinforce the illusion of our separation. And indeed, that separation is the very root of our own suffering. So the inverse of resistance, then, non-resistance, this energy of allowing, of being open, of permitting, of surrender, this is a gateway to the unfoldment of our spiritual evolution. Unity metaphysics invites us to practice non-resistance in the face of adversity as a natural part of this ongoing process. So from Unity metaphysics, the only quote-unquote adversary to our spiritual evolution resides within our own consciousness. Are you getting it? The adversary is called resistance. It's us. We're the root of our own suffering. As we learn to accept the situations which are part of our process of self-discovery, we will find the strength to move through them with poise and inner resolve. Through non-resistance, we will find the courage and the peace of mind to meet our challenges victoriously. And to quote one of my favorites, Unity minister and author Eric Butterworth on non-resistance, agree with thine adversary quickly, remembering that the adversary is not the person or situation that stands before you, but your reaction to or feeling about it. It has been said, things may happen around you, things may happen to you, but the only things that really count are what happen in you. We can't always control what happens to us, right? But we can control what we think about what happens and what we are thinking in our life in that particular moment is our reality. So when we choose to practice non-resistance in our day-to-day lives, this is truly stepping into our spiritual power. It's that moment we choose to flow with the river, to embody the seaweed, right? Instead of swimming against the current. And indeed, water offers us the perfect example of how to be, right? It flows. It yields, it follows the path of least resistance. No matter the circumstances, water always finds a way. And in doing so, it does the quote-unquote impossible, right? It carves unfathomably deep and wide canyons and rock and granite. It connects and sustains all life on earth. What if we remember that we are water? That's science. Humans are majority water. Right? So what if we remember our true nature and instead of resisting, we soften, we soothe, we allow. And allowing doesn't mean being passive, okay? Passive water didn't carve the Grand Canyon, right? It means being receptive, opening ourselves up to consciously connect to our inner divinity and receive the flow of the infinite. Because you got to unclench those fists and open your palm to accept the blessing. I had to allow myself to be open to new ways of thinking and being in order to ultimately surrender to my higher purpose and walk the unity ministerial path. I was the only one standing in my own way, in the way of my spiritual evolution and potential growth. And ultimately, practicing non-resistance has allowed me to come back to my true self. Because despite being a certified meditation instructor, studying in unity has really clarified what it is that I'm focusing on during meditation. It's that I am spirit, and spirit is love. And if we are to raise our consciousness to embody our Christ ideal, our greatest potential, we must practice non-resistance to the truth of our being, regardless of the appearance of our external reality. We must choose understanding over being right. We must choose compassion over condemnation and loving presence over criticism. As Buddhist philosophy on the Tao teaches, negativity comes from holding on to things in a world that is constantly changing. When we let go, we begin to flow. Love is surrender. Accepting the truth of our oneness and doing the active work of removing any blockages, any limitations within ourselves, those false negative beliefs that can hold us back, and allowing our Christ nature, loving awareness to flow and express through each of us as unique individual expressions of God. That is true freedom. And in closing, I just want to emphasize that practicing non-resistance does not mean that you give up being active in your social and environmental advocacy, right? Harken back to our fifth and final unity principle. Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are not enough. A person must also live the truth that he or she knows. So engage, dissent, be persistent, but do it from a place of love, not fear, not hatred, not anger. Love, compassion, forgiveness, in the Golden Key, Emmett Fox sagely counsels us, stop thinking about whatever the difficulty is and instead think about God. So in those moments when we inevitably fall off the wagon, I invite you to remember those words. Because source cannot lead you astray. It cannot lead you astray from your path, but your resistance can and it will. So remember to be still and know. Remember to look inward and ask, what is mine to do now? And to surrender to whatever that answer may be with love. Thank you.
As we contemplate that life-affirming message, I offer Teresa's Canticle of Love.
Thank you, Joy. I invite you now during our sacred time of meditation, if it's comfortable for you, gently close down the eyes here Take a slow, deep breath in and let it go. And feel your body arrive right here, right now. There's nowhere to be but this present moment. Allow your shoulders to drop, your jaw to soften, and allow your breath to be your anchor. Now bring your awareness to your heart center, the space in the middle of your chest, noticing, feeling, softening. We don't need to do anything, just be. And what if nothing needed to be fixed right now? What if all that was required was your presence? And with your next breath, imagine your heart as a door. And in this moment, you open it, opening to love. And let that energy of unconditional love gently enter. Let it fill your heart. Let it expand and move into your torso, your belly, your arms and legs. See it filling you, flowing through you. No resistance, only peace. And now imagine this love as a river, flowing easily, quietly, steadily. This river knows where it's going. It needs no map. It simply follows the path of least resistance. And can you let go just a little more? Can you trust the river to carry you? And whatever you've been resisting, see if you can place it in the current. A burden, a fear, a judgment. Place it in the water and watch it float away. Carried, loved, transformed. And in its place, receive. Receive the deep knowing that you are love. And let that truth echo in your heart now. I am love. I am love. I am love. And so is everyone I meet. And allow yourself to bask in this knowing for a few moments in the silence. invite you now to slowly come back to this moment, to your physical body. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. Lift the corners of your mouth into a gentle smile. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly blink your eyes open and come back.
Feel a little bit like a piece of seaweed after that. That was so beautiful, thank you. And I was thinking that the sound of that static with my violin earlier was like resistance. So if you needed another embodiment of it, that was it. So we've offered a blessing to Kathy today, and I wanted to share a musical one. I love Irish blessings, but I'm not a bit Irish myself, but I still wanted to give it a try. So I call this one My Rish. Focus on the ish, but wanted to share it with each of you today. Some serious and some poignant. May your cats have no more fur balls. May your basements all stay dry. May your joints remain stable. May you eat some humble pie. May you dance and go on road trips. May your allergies go away. May you sometimes surprise yourself. May gratitude light your way. May you go on lots of picnics. May you sleep to the sound of rain. May squirrels not eat your birdseed. May regrets not cause you pain. May you renew your license easily. May you let someone else win. May you sometimes surprise yourself. Be brave and kind again. Be brave and kind again. May all your weeds be wildflowers. May your darkness lead to light. May you master new technology. May sweet birds sing in the night. May time sometimes seem timeless. May true friends hold your hand. May you remember all your passwords. Good luck. And go and love again. I mean it. And love again, and love again. Thank you, Kathy.
Sorry, let me find my place. I invite you to join me as we hold our gifts to this community in our hands and love in our hearts. Let's affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. As a love offering is collected, let's join joy in singing Altar of Love.
Lay it down, set it free, let my heart rest, and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love. Lay it down, set it free,
Here is our prayer of thanks. Please listen. We are grateful and we bless the flow of good that supports our unity community. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth, returning again and again, and so it is. Amen. A special welcome to our guests today. Thank you so much for joining us. For more information about Unity of Lawrence and the Unity Movement, please pick up a welcome packet in the foyer. Sunday Lunch Bunch is meeting at Aladdin Cafe today. Join us for lunch and great fellowship. Remember that our monthly potluck is next Sunday. And now please welcome Cindy from Congress once again.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. So in case you didn't hear, the women's group is not meeting this month or next month. So we're gearing up for fall to start again. In the meantime, we have these surveys. So if you have not filled one out, there's a few out on the table. And then please return them to me or to Nancy back there. So we're collecting feedback from you all this summer, and then we'll get back to you when we're ready to go again. So thank you. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Cindy. Remember, open meditation Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Men's group gathers on Thursdays at 7 p.m., bringing those who identify as male and non-binary people together in a safe place where they can learn to open their hearts and minds and truly be heard by others in an accepting environment. Join Francesca for Italian classes on Fridays at 5:30. See Francesca with questions. We will be having an appreciation reception today after the service for Kathy Moreland. Please join us for a fellowship downstairs and wish Kathy good luck in her new job as ranch hand at White Oak Ranch in Lawrence. And eat cake. Please eat cake. Next Sunday after the potluck, join Phil for the metaphysical group meeting in the sanctuary. Everyone is welcome. Community with board chats. Financing our vision. Where are we? Where would we like to go? The first chat is Sunday, July 20th at 9:30 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. Coffee and donuts provided. The second chat will be Sunday, August 3rd after the service. This is your opportunity to visit and discuss your vision. We are again supporting our local school district with a back-to-school supply drive. We will start collecting through July. The barrel is in the foyer. Let's fill it up to overflowing. Join us next Sunday when Diane Silver brings us the message, Too Much to Carry Alone. Special music with Steve Epley. It's now time to rise as you're able and sing the peace song.